Hey guys, Professor here. Today I'm going to share a story with you guys about how I earned $250,000 gold in just under 2 hours. So this actually involves doing the crafted legendaries Blizzard just added in 7.2. So to do this, you need to have a region server to have the Nether Disruptor up. The North American region has this up today, so I'm starting to do this quest. This involves quite a long quest chain, and it started out about one guy asking you to collect 3 ancient wisps, and you can just follow the map and go over here. But to avoid all those enemies nuances, you can come to this lake here where there's no enemy to disrupt you about collecting them, and then you turn the wisp in, and then there will be 4 follow-up quests asking you to do dungeons and raids. For the dungeon ones is Eye of Ashara and Blackheart Thicket. You have to do them on mythic level. You can't complete the quest on normal or heroic. But for the raid one, you need to kill Xavius in Emerald Nightmare. But this one you can do by LFR, so that will be pretty easy. Alright, and then you kill Xavius in Emerald Nightmare for the, 100th time. And for this one, he actually drops something else, which is the quest item. Actually, the order of doing these kind of things are not important as long as you finish all of them. So then we move on to Eye of Ashara to get the second item. And then we move back to Darkheart Thicket, also on mythic level, and we kill Pork Xavius again to get the third item. So remember, the dungeons has to be on mythic level. And then for the 100 things that you need to farm, I find this spot pretty good, which is just directly behind the guy who gives you the quest. These are Murlocs, but actually they're targeted as humanoids in this game, which qualifies them to drop this item here, the Ancient Dread Leather Armor. This is what you need to get the 100 scraps of that you need. So I farm it for 12 minutes, and then there we go. I have 100 shards of this thing. And now you completed all the 4 quests in this quest chain, and this leads up to one final quest in the chain, which requires you to go back to High Mountain. As a leather worker, I bet you guys still remember you visiting a Tauren over there when you're leveling up your leather work. So visit that guy again, go back to his hut thing or home or whatever, and then use that ability that pops up on your interface. And this marks the completion of this ingredient that is only obtainable by completing this quest chain. You also need the Nether Shard Essence as the second ingredient, and to do this you need to have 8,000 shards, which I don't have. I have about 6,000 this afternoon, so to reach up to the 8,000, I farmed 2k of them in about an hour. Actually, later I found out that the Nether Shard Essence is actually tradable, and it's going on about 40 to 50,000 k on the auction house on my server. So if you guys want, you can also hit the auction house to buy this one. And the other 2 ingredients are relatively simple. Stonehide Leather, 250 of them. This is the easiest one. And there's also the requirement of 65 Blood of Sargeras, and you need to farm this maybe a little while, but I think it will take you maybe 3-4 hours to farm from 0 to this much. The Warden shoulder enchantment thing is really helpful for farming the Blood of Sargeras, if you don't know. So now I have crafted this legendary, which is pretty decent in its own way. It's a 940 and has 3 sockets, which is awesome, and it also gives you some buff about traveling around the Broken Shores, which is helpful on the doing quest. However, you can sell it for $250,000 gold. What can beat this? I mean, you can change this to Wolf Token, and the Wolf Token on the North American server is only a little bit below 100,000 gold, so that's a good way to turn into cash actually. I think by crafting this legendary, I can buy something like 40 packs of Hearthstone cards maybe? Comment below if you think this is a good idea to farm gold. Professor signing out. Subscribe.